Yo, what's up, guys? We had a pretty good day if you tailed any of my plays, so we got a good start on PrizePicks. We also had a pretty good day on Fliff, but anyways, I'm going to keep this live stream really brief, just go through some early value for tomorrow. So this play, I actually already locked this in, but you can see we're on I hit the Cavs money line. I mean, sometimes the best bets are early. That's when you can find the biggest discrepancies. So you can see FanDuel has the Cavs at plus 164. All the other books opening them around plus 140. So I locked that in. But anyways, the value right now is on PrizePicks. Underdog Fantasy seems pretty dry. So what do you guys think? Should we do a PrizePicks slip? Do a quick PrizePicks slip? Yeah, we're going to do a quick PrizePicks slip. Hopefully everyone's having a good night. But let's do a quick PrizePicks slip, as long as people aren't opposed. So let's actually start out here. I wanted to start out with tennis, because there's a couple plays. And again, what kind of sucks about tennis is there's not as many books that kind of post odds, but there has been some pretty good value. So you can see in Nardi versus... So in this first tennis match, we actually have a couple tennis plays. We want to be on both overs. So again, the general strategy, for beating PrizePicks is on this platform, like you take the over in the tennis match or you take the under, you're going to get the same payout regardless. So what you want to do is compare the lines on PrizePicks to sportsbooks. So if you look at Nardi, like this tennis game, you can see here, like Pinnacle, which is known to be a pretty sharp book, especially for tennis, they have the over as a minus 130 favorite. So even if you don't use Pinnacle, like Pinnacle, it's not legal in the US, but you still want to look at their odds because they're a smart book, setting odds, a smart betting market. And then it's the same thing for this game. The over's heavily favored in this game. So I'm going to start out the slip with both of these overs. And then I've explained too, like a lot of these books for soccer, shots on target, stuff like that, they only have one-way markets. So if we actually go to soccer, and I get it, like this looks like the most random slip of all time, but hey, we kind of got slim pickings right now. Most of the NBA lines aren't even out for tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a live stream later if there's, later tonight if there's more stuff posted. But you can see right here is Jacob Murphy under half of a shot on target. So he's gone under 4 out of the past 5 games. And again, you can see FanDuel, they don't have odds on the under. They only have the over at plus 110. But they're giving you plus money, plus 110 on the over. So if they had, typical juice, 40 cents or whatever, the under would be like minus 150. So they're giving you plus money on the over, which means that FanDuel, they think the under is the favored outcome. So even if a book has a one-way market, long story short, these are the 3 plays we can start out the slip on. So we have 2 tennis plays, and then we got a soccer play. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Esports, since unfortunately most of the NBA lines for tomorrow aren't out yet. Or at least there's not a lot of value in the market yet. Maybe there will be later. But let's start out here. So we're already on some esports props, Nilo, PKL, and comp, so I don't want to include those again. But let's take a look. And again, I like to focus on where there's numerous data points. So like here, there's only 2 books posting lines. So you have this big line discrepancy, but there's only 2 books posting lines. But what we can do is let's finish out building this slip. So let's go here to CS2, and let's take a look at our boy Zello. So again, find value. I follow a very data-driven approach. So you look here, PrizePicks opens this line at 34. Underdog 32, 32 half, and then Hot Streak has him at 32 and a half. Not only do they have his line at 32 and a half, lower, but they have the under favored. So it's okay, we have multiple data points telling us, hey, PrizePicks has this line too high. We want to be on the under, and that's the first play we can go with. And then we already have a play for Nexus versus Ruby. So unfortunately, you can only take one esports, per team, you can only take 1 player. So then what I usually do is just let's filter out this motherfucking team. Anyways, maybe we don't have to do that. But let's see what else there is. So here we have another esports line discrepancy. AJT 26, rest of the market opening them up higher. So let's just build this slip quickly. So now we actually have 5 picks already. So we actually already have 5 picks. These plays are in the same game anyways. Is there any correlation to take advantage of? Honestly, not really. So this will kind of be our PrizePicks 5-pick flex play. And let me put the link in the chat for people who want to tail just before anything gets bumped. Because again, PrizePicks Underdog, sometimes they're just fast with bumping stuff. But anyways, here's the play. here is the play. So let me put the link in the chat. Some people are asking for Dabble. Again, I think it's too early. Like, there's really nothing. There's nothing available. Not much available on Dabble or Underdog right now. The board's pretty dry. But let's see what we have here. So let me share the link really quickly. Let me share the link real quick. So I'm already on Cavs money line for tomorrow. That plays on FanDuel plus, 164. But let me share this PrizePicks link in the chat for anyone who wants a play detail. Link. I got you guys. Don't worry. So here's the play we got. So again, like the tennis plays, whatever. We got, it looks like it's crazy. I mean, I always say this, but it looks like the most random slip of all time. But again, it's just really about finding 5 plays with an edge, lock them in, under half of a shot on target. And then we got our boy Zello, under 34, map 1-2. And then we got an over. AJTT over 26, map 1-2. And there were some other like esports line discrepancies, but honestly, I'll probably stream later once there's more NBA, once there's more NBA lines up, some more discrepancies to kind of talk about. Right now, it's just like, honestly, there's just not a ton of stuff available. Not a ton of stuff available. Maybe like, if you use Caesars, whatever, Caps first period money line, but we can kind of do a scan through. Again, some of these books too, like Jock Market, for example, I got to remember to like re-sign up, but you can see there's maybe a little bit of value on like Sports Quack, some of these other books, but honestly, nothing worth kind of keeping the live stream over. So DeRozan, Jock Market, usually they run a lot of promos. So you can see they have DeRozan's line at 23.5 points for tomorrow. Rest of the market's opening him at 25.5. My assumption is that's a promo. It's almost certainly a promo. But long story short, like if you use Jock Market, seems like there's maybe a little bit of value, some plays to take advantage of. But other than that, so some value on better for tomorrow. But someone actually, I explained this in the previous live stream, but if you weren't on it, they unfortunately reduced their payouts. So now it's going to make me log back in. But they used to have a lot better payouts, and then they nerfed them today. So they used to give you, I'll show you real quickly. But it's actually really frustrating. It's sad. It's not a fun day. It's not a fun day. But they're 6-pick entries. So if you just look right here at better, which is pretty annoying. And I went through the math. And now they're 6-pick entries. So that's not what I want. Let's take a look here. So let me just show you guys quickly because it's absolute bullshit. But they reduced their payouts because they used to have really good payouts on these 6-pick entries. But you can see now for their dynamic plays, it used to be if you go 5 for 6, you get a 1.5x payout. Now it's 1.25x. 4 for 6 used to be 1.25x payout. Now it's 1.05. So unfortunately, they nerfed their payouts, which is super annoying. But not much I can do there. Not much we can do there. Because it seems like there's some plays for tomorrow, but with the reduced payouts, these aren't actually good. So that has to change. But anyways, we can see maybe we could build an all esports slip or something like that. So like we could always make a different variation. I've explained this sometimes. It's like if you really like 3 picks, sometimes what I'll do is I'll just like, okay, so we already are on a couple of these plays. So PrizePicks, they only give me $5 per slip, which isn't exactly fun, but not much I can do. But what you can do is you can just kind of like create a different variation of the same pick. So it's like, okay, we're already on this guy. I'm already on AJT's over, but there's also some value on his teammate to go over. Granted, both of these plays are kind of correlated because in CS2, if the game goes like more rounds or whatever, then both players would be more likely to go over. So even if you can't pair them in the same slip, like if AJTT goes over, then most likely this guy, Prism, is more likely to go over because the game went longer in CS2. But anyway, so we have Prism over 27. Again, you can only do 1 pick per team. And we could do like a 6-pick flex play. Why the fuck not, right? Some early line discrepancies. Other books opening this 15.5. So we could do a nice little 6-pick flex play. So we want his headshot line, my bad. And then let's go here, and we could take Thean over 4. Other books opening him at 4.5. Just finding plays with value, discrepancies in the market. This would be kind of like our next little entry. And then let's just lock this in and let me put the link in the chat. So obviously it's similar to the last play. If you don't want to do a 6-pick entry, you could get rid of like the soccer prop. But regardless, there's not a ton of stuff available. So I'm going to reuse 3 of the same picks. Here's the play, boys. Here's the play. Anyways, this is the play I locked in if you want to tail. But there's not much other value. So I'm going to call this live stream now. I'll do one later if there's more plays available. But honestly, you know, there will be a lot better value tomorrow, so I'm just going to go to bed early, stream, you know, get up early and start streaming earlier in the day. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I made you some money today because we had a pretty good day overall. And yeah, have a great rest of your night. Thanks for